Hi yogi friends, welcome. This week's flow's focus, the physical focus, is arm balances, so it's like my favorite week ever. We know this. Contact me, of course, if you've got questions before you do any practices with me, especially if you're injured or pregnant and you've got any concerns, just speak to me first. Always keep it safe, always use a wall if you're new to arm balances or inversions, and I'm suggesting them because there's no point in practicing falling. Practice getting it right, and then when you don't need the support of the wall or the blocks or something, then you can start to remove them. But just take baby steps. All right, let's get started with some breath work. Always with blocks. For my classes, we always use blocks. So grab them, and I've got my timer here. We're going to start with euphoric breath, two-part breath, into the belly, into the chest, let it go. So we'll be breathing for, let's give it 4 minutes, and then you've got a 1 minute breath hold. If you're pregnant, don't hold your breath. Just be aware, as you're doing this breath, you could get numb in the lips, you might get lightheaded, you might have different physical sensations. That's normal. If it freaks you out, just slow it down or close your mouth and breathe through your nose instead, and just change the breath into the belly, deep belly breaths. Otherwise, join me. I'm going to be checking the time as we do this. Alright, find a comfortable way to lay for yourself. For me, that'd be feet wide, knees together. Now, pop one hand over your tummy, one hand over your chest, doesn't matter which goes where. Firstly, with your eyes closed, take a deep breath and let it go. Another one. Let it go. Okay, let's get started. Join me if you can. All through the mouth. In your belly, in your chest, let it go. Belly, chest, let it go. Belly, chest, out. In, out. Keep going. Go for depth over speed, especially to start. Always keep the depth. In, out. Keep going. Make sure your hands are moving, the hand that's on your tummy, the hand that's on your chest as you breathe. So you know you're getting the depth. Now keep going. As you're doing that breath, I'll let you know that when you take a deep breath into your tummy, you're activating the parasympathetic nervous system. When you take a deep breath into your chest, you're activating sympathetic nervous system. So the belly grounding, calming, the chest activating. So this breath will help you to feel in your body, nice and connected and grounded, but also activated for the practice. So let's keep going. In, out. You can speed it up a little bit now if you want, but keep the depth. In, out. Keep going. Now, if your throat gets ticklish and dry, just close your mouth. I like to breathe with my mouth open because I can open it really wide and it takes in a lot of air every time, which is what we want, so just maximum airflow. Less than 2 minutes to go, just keep it going. Belly, chest, out. In, out. Just over a minute to go. Keep going. This is one of the breath techniques that I use at my breathwork events and in private sessions. When you breathe like this for about 45 minutes, you go really deep. You actually go somewhere. We don't really know where. It activates a lot of chemicals in the brain, so it's pretty amazing. Now you've got less than a minute to go, but keep that going, nice and deep. In, out. "20 seconds to go, keep going. Last one, in, let it all go. Now take a deep breath into your tummy and hold it for 1 minute. If you're pregnant, don't hold your breath. If you can't hold your breath for any other reason, that's fine. But if you can, hold. Halfway. 30 seconds to go if you can. If it gets challenging, I like to take in another little sip, sometimes a few times. Almost there. You've filled up with this life force, this aliveness. It's growing more and more powerful inside of you as you hold, so keep holding. 5 seconds. 4, 3, 2, let it go. Now just normalize your breath. Take deep breaths in and out. For this practice today, I'd love you to think of a word that brings you into a feeling state that you want to feel. Maybe it's trust, maybe it's surrender, maybe it's confidence, maybe it's gratitude, maybe it's peace, joy, love. Choose your word. Feel that feeling. Take a deep breath. Sigh it away. And hug your knees into your chest, rock side to side. And then up and down. Just take a few big rocks up and down. And then we'll meet in down dog. Just get there however you can. Once you arrive in your down dog, just walk it out. So press one heel down and then the next, opening your calves. Maybe shake out your head to relax your neck. Okay, lift your heels as you breathe in. Drop your knees to the floor as you exhale. Anahatasana, melting heart. Reach forward, chest and chin down towards the floor. You can also stack your forearms here. I like to stack my forearms, it feels better for me. So opening up your upper spine, your chest and your shoulders right now. Keep feeling into your word. Cat pose. Hands under your shoulders, curl your tailbone and chin and push your upper back very strongly to the ceiling. Then bring your shoulders just over your fingertips. Hold this. Child's pose, Balasana. Knees really wide so your chest can again melt down towards the floor. Let's meet on hands and knees or fours. Reach your right arm to the sky. Look up towards the ceiling so you're twisting across your back. Thread under to your left. You might get the shoulder and head to the floor. Don't worry if you can't, as long as the back of your hand is down. I like to look up to the ceiling so I'm twisting even more. other arm forward if you like. Unthread the arm, reach back up, hand to the floor, then other side. So left arm high, thread to the right, just relax your neck and the bottom shoulder. Unthread the arm, reach back up, hand to the floor, down dog. Ardha Mukha Svanasana, lift your hips. Now lift your right leg high, squeeze on your glutes, step your right foot next to your right pinky finger, drop your back knee down, reach your right arm up to the ceiling so you're twisting again, either stay here or hold the foot. If you can't hold the foot, just don't worry about it. Reach to the sky. Take another breath. Hand to the floor. Step your back foot forward so both feet are out wide. Malasana squat. Your toes of both feet are just off the mat. That's how wide you're standing. Then reach forward. Squeeze your glutes on as you rise all the way up. Arms reach up, then palms to heart center. Reconnect with your word, your intention, that state that you want to feel. Or it might be a mindset that you want to keep in mind as you move. Reach up. Palms together, sink back down to squat. Step to high plank. It's okay to drop your knees if you need. We'll meet in chaturanga low plank, shoulders elbow high. Pause. 3, 2, 1. All the way down, little cobra. Arms are pinned to your sides. Your glutes are squeezing on as you pull forward. Really opening your front line as well as your upper spine again. Then down dog. Left leg high. Step next to your left pinky finger. Keep the heel down. Drop your back knee. So I'm stepping the right hand slightly forward here so the wrist doesn't get squashed. I recommend that. Stay here or hold the foot. Hand to floor, step your right foot forward to the right. Reach forward, squeeze your glutes on as you rise. Palms heart center, back to your squat. Now either step to high plank or float to low. And then if you're stepping back, then go to low. Cobra again or up dog, legs lifted, arms straight, thighs squeezing on. Now during the practice I won't be doing these, I'll be doing push-ups because my back is very strong and tight. And all these back bends are just too much. So you've got that option as well. Down dog. Right leg high. Step to the right. Back knee down, reach up. Stay here or hold the foot. One more breath. Hand to floor, step to the left. Reach forward. Squeeze your glutes on as you rise. Palms heart center, squat. Step to high plank or float to low. Push up or back bend, your choice now. Downward facing. Left leg high. Step to the left. Back knee down, left arm up. Stay or hold the foot. Take another breath. Hand to floor. Step the back foot wide, reach forward, squeeze your glutes on to rise. Heart center. Step back or float. Back bend or push up. Downward facing. Now lift both heels, bend your knees, and step or hop back into Malasana so both feet go outside of the hands. Reach forward and rise. Palms heart center, squat. Vinyasa, high to low. Back bend and push up. Down dog. Lift heels, knees bend. Step or tuck jump to Malasana, your squat. Squeeze glutes on as you rise. Heart center. Vinyasa. Back bend, push up. Downward facing. One more, heels lift. Knees bend. step or float Malasana squat. Reach forward to right. Squatting back down. Vinyasa. Push up, back bend. Down dog. Lift your right leg high as you inhale. Step through to your lunge. Stop, lift your arms and lift the back knee. Figure four, flex the left foot. Cross the ankle over your right leg. Cross the ankle over, not the foot. Stick your bottom back and down. So you could have palms together here. You could hold your blocks if you need. Or you can create any variation with your arms. I'm going to fly. You can have your chest up. I like to lay on the top leg because it gets into my glutes and lower back more. 2 more breaths. And now we rise. So back into your stalk. Keep the foot active and flex for your half moon. So you might have your right fingers on the floor. You might hold a block straight under the shoulder. Or you might hover just a few inches off the floor. Whee! Without falling. So you're stacking left shoulder over right, left hip over right, belly button and chest face sideways. Keep the back foot active. I'm so onto that. You want this leg engaged, the side of the leg, your glutes, because if the back foot is floppy and the leg's like switched off, everything's coming from the lower back. We don't want that. We want this leg active to help the lower back. Take another breath. Now slow motion, start to bend the standing leg and land in warrior 2, left foot to the back of your mat. So notice how low the hips are, level of the front knee, if you can. Notice if your right toes and knee have just faced inward, and don't let them do that, just push them out. Getting into the inside of the leg. Sink lower. Extended side angle, either rest your right arm on the leg, or grab a block, put it inside the foot, or hand to the floor. I've got my knuckles on the floor. Reach your left arm forward. We're looking for a straight line, shoulder over shoulder, upper body over the front leg. If you can't reach your arm forward, that's okay, reach it up. But push, if your hand is on the floor or block, push the knee outward with the back of the arm so you're really getting into the inside of your right leg. You can look wherever, up or down. You don't always have to look up. A lot of people really want to look up in so many poses, but sometimes it takes them out of good form, so it's pointless. Okay, reverse your warrior, reach back and keep the front knee bent. Vinyasa, hands to the floor, low lunge, high plank, low plank. Push up or back bend. Downward facing. Left leg high. Low lunge. Stalk pose, lift your back knee. Flex the foot, figure 4. Any arm variation, I'm going to clasp my hands this time. Two more breaths. Back into stalk. Half moon, Ardha Chandrasana. Hold something or not, but get the straight line. Keep this whole back leg active by flexing the foot. Push the heel to the wall behind you, like you're trying to side kick the wall, kick a hole in it. Your fingers are active and awake. Remember that word that you thought of at the start. Bring that back in here. Feel that feeling, that state of being. Now step back into your Virabhadrasana 2, Warrior 2. Still we've got a straight line happening, so the knee's not rolling in. Left arm on the leg or hand inside of the foot on a block or floor. Right arm forward. The back toes face sideways. Make sure they're not facing back behind you because you'll slide. Reverse your warrior. Left knee stays bent, reach your left arm back. Hands to the floor. High plank to low. Push up or back bend. Downward facing. 2 more rounds, bit more pace. Right leg high. Low lunge. Stalk, left knee lifts. Figure 4. 1 breath. Rise. Half moon. 1 breath, kick back more, lift the foot more. Warrior 2. Lean forward, left arm forward, extended side angle. Stay low, reverse your warrior as you breathe in. Hands to the floor, vinyasa, height to low. Look to the front edge of your mat for your push-ups. Deep breath here. Downward facing. Left leg high. Low lunge. Stalk, lift your right knee. Figure 4 crossover. Your arms, 1 breath. Back to stalk. Figure 4, kick your right heel back. Take a breath. And step back, warrior 2. Extended side angle, right arm forward. Hold on the X. Reverse your warrior. Keep in the lunge. Hands to floor, height to low. Push up or back bend. Downward facing. Once more, right leg. Low lunge. Stalk, left knee up. Figure 4, take your seat. 1 breath. We rise, lift the knee. Half moon. Take a deep breath. Exhale, warrior 2. Lean forward, reach your left arm forward. Hold on the exhale. Reverse your warrior, take it back. Hands to the floor. Low plank. Cobra, up dog or push up. Downward facing. Left leg high. Low lunge. Stalk, lift the knee. Figure 4, crossover. 1 breath. Back to stalk, lift your right knee. Half moon. Fill up. Warrior 2. Lean forward, right arm forward, extend it. Reverse. Vinyasa. Hands to the floor, low plank, or ribs chin down, push up. Downward facing. Lift both heels. Bend your knees. Step hop or handstand to the front. Roll your way to stand, arms sweep up overhead. Utkatasana, your chair, your squat. Now, you can stay here if you want to, or follow me. Sit down, reach forward, lay back almost all the way down, feet to the floor, back to chair, stand up, sit down, lean back, feet to floor, chair. If you gotta use your hands or lots of momentum to get back up, that's fine. Keep going. Stand, down. Atomic sit-ups. Rise. Last one. Sit down, lean back, stand all the way. Palms to heart center, fold down. Grab your blocks, bend your knees, reach your blocks forward, take a seat. Okay, so you know I said it was an arm balance practice, right? So here we go. We're going to do 3 rounds. We've been doing 2 rounds in class, but I'm I'm just using my timer again. 15 seconds only. All you gotta do is have your blocks next to your thighs so they touch, slight bend in the elbows, lift your bottom around your upper back slightly, let your toes and knees fall out wide so you're not using your legs, you're using your upper body to lift. Let's go. 15 seconds. Not long. If you're getting used to this sort of strength work, just come up and down a couple of times, or even a few times, it's okay. All right, you got 5 seconds to go only. You're good to go, okay. So, that's turning on the muscles from your ribs up, so that you can do either your dolphin or forearm stand. I'll show you both. I'm gonna do forearm stand. This is gonna be a 30-second hold. So, your block is between your hands so that your hands don't come any closer than that. Down dog. Drop your forearms. Try to look between your forearms if your neck will allow it. If it's too tight, it won't. Your feet are a bit closer than they would be in down dog. Lift your heels. So now your shoulders are over your elbows and your bottom is almost over your shoulders eventually. So keep with that if you want, or you can lift one leg and hold that. Or use a wall if you need it. Otherwise your forearm stand. 2 feet up. And this is one of the poses where I mentioned, don't try to do this without a wall until you can actually do it properly. There's no point. You can really hurt yourself. Keep going. Let's go for 20 more seconds. So isometric holds, contractions, where you hold the pose for a while, so you get stronger and you build stamina. 5 seconds. 3, 2, 1. Coming down. Now we're going for crow. So crow pose, I'll show you what it looks like. If you're not familiar, you lay on your legs, wrap your arms over your legs. Your hands are at least a foot in front of your toes. You lift your heels and look slightly in front. Slightly. Don't look at your feet like ever. It's okay to keep your toes on the floor, otherwise lift your feet if you can. I like to touch my big toes together. It just works for me. If you're starting out in this pose, standing on a block is a great idea because look at what happens. As soon as you bend your arms and put your knees on your arms, you're in the shape, but you've got the support. So standing up on a block is a great idea. Make sure your shoulders are in front of your fingertips, and you're looking just in front of your fingertips as well. So shoulders in front of fingertips, look in front of fingertips. Don't look back at your feet. So grab the block if you need it. Let's go, we've got 30 seconds holding. If you keep falling out of it, that's okay. Just take some little baby step out of your comfort zone right now. 20 seconds. 10 seconds. Coming down. Take your seat again, grab your blocks again. Round 2. Let's do a 30-second hold. Just release your wrists, you can roll them, flash your hands. Let's go. Lift, round your back, slight bend in the elbows, knees and toes go wide. Almost there, 10 seconds, you got this. This is a much longer hold, I know, it's double the time, so just sit, come up and down if you need. 3 seconds. All right, back into your dolphin, down dog on your forearms, or half forearm stand or forearm stand, this time 1 minute. Let's go. Try to keep your breath nice and smooth. 45 seconds to go. Almost halfway. Less than 30 seconds. 20 seconds. 10 seconds. Oops. 3, 2, 1. Okay, I need to put the timer somewhere else so I can actually see it. Crow pose. Stand on the block if you need. You got 5 seconds to get there. Your hands are on the floor now. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 1 minute. If you can do this shape, try to push your upper back up towards the ceiling. You're looking just ahead of your fingers. So pushing your upper back up is amazing. If your upper back is a little compressed, it will crack it open. Oops. 30 seconds. Very close. 10 more seconds. 5. Let it go. We're going to do one more round, but we're going to go back to the initial time. So you did the hard one in the middle. So flash out your wrist, roll out your wrist, whatever you need. And let's go. So legs straight, just 15 seconds. Take your lift. Should feel quite easy this round. Going back to 15, 30, 30. 5 seconds. All right, back to your forearm stand or your dolphin. Just stick with your level. Challenge yourself if you can ramp it up a bit. Wait, can't get up. Okay, 30 seconds. Halfway. 10 seconds. 5. Nice. Last time, crow pose, 30 seconds. Let's go. So 3 rounds of this is a lot, it's intense, you're going to get stronger, but if you can't get all of it done, it's okay. In a moment, we'll be back to our little flow for a couple more rounds. Coming up to the last 5 seconds now. 3, 2, 1. Beautiful, nice work with your arm balances. Let's move on. Okay, back to our flow. So if you need to, first back of hands together, wiggle your fingers, flash your hands, roll out your wrists, whatever you need. Downward facing dog. You're going to add on to this now. There's a couple of extra arm balances through the flow now if you want to add them. So right leg high. Low lunge. Lift your left leg. Stalk. Figure 4. Now your choice, if you want to add an arm balance here, flying pigeon. Just like in crow, you bring your hands about 1.5 feet in front of those standing toes. Then you bend your arms, and you can do this on your blocks if you want to, that actually does help at first. So bend your elbows back towards your shin, place your shin over your arms, shoulders out in front of fingertips, and you've got to wrap these left toes around the right arm. This is plenty at first. If you want to try, you can lift this other foot off the floor, and then eventually you take the leg back. So that's it on the block, but you don't have to use blocks, of course. That's just to start with, if you need it. half moon. If you want to hold the back foot in, you can. 2 breaths. Warrior 2. Extended side angle, left arm forward. Maybe bottom arm forward, but keep your chest facing sideways. This is optional, of course. Reverse your warrior, right arm back. Now, bring your hands inside of your right foot. Your back knee can drop down. Heel toe your right foot all the way to the right. Grab your blocks. Now, you could bring your forearms to the floor and stay here, letting the knee fall away. If you can't quite reach the floor, you can put your forearms on your blocks. If you want one last arm balance for this arm balance practice, you could bring the blocks just outside, just to the edge of your mat. Bring your right arm inside the leg and then under, hands on the blocks. Lift the back knee. Now do a little push up to lift this right foot off the floor. See, it's off the floor. Stay there if that's enough. Or we call this elephant trunk. We're going to bring the back leg through. There's 2 stages from here. Lean into your arms, bring the back knee to your chest, sweep it through, take a seat. Once you've taken the seat, try to clamp this leg down on the arm again. Lift yourself again. Now we're going backwards, knee to chest, drop the shoulders fast, you're back in that lunge. 3-legged dog. Vinyasa, high to low plank or handstand to low. Push up or back bend, down dog. Left leg high, low lunge. Stork pose, right knee lifts. Figure 4. Stay here, any arm variation, or once again, I'm hopping back so I don't go off camera. Once again, you can put your hands on the floor, shin across arms, wrap the toes around your left arm, maybe lift the back foot, and eventually straighten the leg. Two more breaths. Back into your stalk, half moon, sideways balance. 3 breaths here. Hold the foot if you want to. You could pull it to your bottom, getting into hip flexors, quads, or kick it away to take it more into a little back bend and stretch your shoulder. All right, into your warrior 2. Extended side angle, right arm forward. Then maybe left arm forward if you want to add that. Reverse your warrior. Hands inside of your left foot. Stay in this low runner's lunge if you want to. Or elephant trunk. Blocks to the side. Left arm inside and under. Lift the back knee. Lift the front foot. Knee to chest. Kick the leg through. Take a seat. Pause and play with this if you want to. Again, you've got to lift. Bend the knee to your chest, drop the shoulders fast, you're back in that lunge. 3-legged dog. High to low plank or handstand to low. Back bend or push up, down dog. One more round, you got this. You're going to relax after this, so right leg high, low lunge. Stop, lift your left knee, figure 4. Any arms, optional arm balance. 2 breaths. Back into your stalk, half moon.
So don't let the movements get all sloppy, just keep your breath powerful. Keep your body very active and alert. Warrior two. Extended side angle. Option to reach both arms forward. Option to bind. There's a half bind if you want it. Left arm behind. Maybe push the elbow into the knee. Or reach forward. Reverse. Hands inside of your left foot. Take your lunge, any variation of that wide runner's lunge, or right arm under it, inside and under, lift the front foot, back knee to chest, bring it through, take a seat, lift up again, bend the knee, drop the shoulders, you're in your lunge. One more time. Lift, knee to chest, so this is heaps of upper body right now. Leg through, take a seat, lift, bend the knee, drop your shoulders, take it through. You don't have to use blocks for that. I certainly like to. Three-legged dog. Vinyasa. Push up or back bend into down dog. Last side left leg high. Low lunge. Stalk. Figure four. Pause. Optional arm balance. Stalk. Half moon. Warrior two. Extended side angle, right arm forward, maybe both, optional half bind. Just keep good form though. If you're going to add things, keep this straight line, keep that nice deep lunge. Reverse your warrior. Hands inside of the left foot, shuffle it more to the left. Stay in your lunge or grab your blocks. Arm inside and under. Push up to lift the foot. Back knee to chest. Kick through. Take a seat. Lift again. Drop the shoulders. Kick back. Lift the foot. So shoulders come forward. Push the floor up that blocks. Down with your hands, knee to chest. Sweep the leg through, take a seat. Then you've got to lift yourself again. Knee to chest, lunge. Three-legged dog. Final push up here, vinyasa. Push up or back bend. Down dog. Walk your hands back to your feet. Now either stay here in ragdoll, holding your elbows or hug your legs, or a little challenge, palms together. Try to lift your left leg for splits with palms together. You can have your hands on the floor if you like. Switch. Right leg lifts into splits. Feet to the floor. Walk into your down dog, so hands forward. Step your feet halfway up the mat. Take a seat. Soles of feet together, knees wide. Baddha Konasana. So, your feet can be as close as you like, or they can be far away, up to you. Either reach forward to bow, you could interlace your fingers over your toes and pull yourself down. I like to reach. So well done, you've done all of the hard work. Not yet, but in a moment you'll be in Shavasana and I'll say goodbye there. I never said this, but if you could like these videos, that'd be great. Comment if you want to. I love your comments, especially the smart ass ones. Anyone can have these videos, by the way, so link people to this page if you know someone who might enjoy the classes. Rise up, bring your feet together, knees together, wrap your arms around your legs, bow your head and push back. Stretching down the spine and between your shoulders. And now, you can finish with your feet in the air. My recommendation today is plow, shoulder stand, plow. You're welcome to take a headstand or whatever else you like. So plow if you can get here. Hold your back unless you're super confident, because you've got a lot of pressure on the neck. Or unless you can touch your feet to the floor, really. If you can't, just hold your back. If you can't get here, you just take your feet in the air because we're about to go there. So remember, elbows close for shoulder stand. Hands flat to your back with your thumbs and fingers facing straight up. Your pinky fingers are next to your spine, parallel. Eventually, may not happen at first, but it's eventually where you want your hands to be. Just remember that word that you thought of at the start. Bring that back in now, that state of being. My word today is faith. So not hope, where you're hoping something's going to happen. Faith that if you keep putting in daily action, eventually you'll hit a tipping point where what you're wanting to achieve becomes the new normal for you. So faith, it's going to happen. You don't know when, but you know it will. Right, back to your halasana plow. Maybe curl into a little ball if you want your knees on your head or next to your ears. It's optional to go this deep. Slowly down. Hug your knees in or take happy baby if you're able to. So grab your feet or shins, knees wider than ribs. Feel free to move your legs around. Knees together, arms wide. Let your knees fall to the left for a twist. If you want a different or deeper twist, you can take it. Other side, if you need to linger for a bit longer, you're absolutely welcome to. Back to center. Take any last movement on your back that you like to finish, and then make your way into the most comfy shape for your Shavasana. Mine is always blocks under calves. Alrighty. So as I said, I'm going to leave you here. Enjoy your nice long Shavasana. So remember, I've got another breathwork event coming up. June is full, but there's another one on July the 8th. So reach out if you're curious, if you're interested. Anyone can come. Let's take a nice deep breath here. And sigh it all the way. Good job, guys.